Hello everybody, my name is Bobble Hat Boy and welcome to another Bobble Hat Boy video. In today's video I'm going to be talking all about HEX, the Legend of the Towers at the Alton Towers Resort, because we now have some updates to do with the attraction and an estimated opening time for the ride. So, let's get straight into it, shall we? Alton Towers released a video all about HEX, the Legend of the Towers, and an update to do with what is going on with the ride itself, which is really good to see. I'm glad that they're being transparent with us after so long of not being, and we now understand what's gone on with the ride during this closed time and what is happening, when to expect the ride to reopen. So let's get dissecting into this video. Getting straight off, we now believe that HEX will be reopening in autumn 2024. So that's not actually that far away. Of course, you've got the summer period, and then we will be into autumn. Now, yes, it is at the end of the season, realistically. There's like 2 months left after HEX will be reopening, but hopefully it'll be ready all in time for Scarefest, maybe even Oktoberfest. So those are two very busy parts of the year, and HEX will hopefully be reopening for them, which is very exciting. We do know that she said in this video, Bianca said that it was hopefully going to be opening in summer 2024. However, things cropped up and it had to be pushed back to autumn. However, we now believe that, yes, what she said is autumn 2024 for HEX. To begin with, inside of the attraction itself, all of the lights have been changed over to brand new LED lights, which is of course a better thing for the environment, and it's more theatrical sort of experience in the brand new version of HEX, with more dramatic and exaggerated colours like reds and blues, which of course is something that you wouldn't have found on the original HEX, because it was more ambiently lit in ways that were as if restoration work was taking place. Because I mean, if you haven't done HEX, then I mean that's probably a pretty high chance nowadays, considering it's been closed for 3 seasons or whatever. If you haven't done HEX, it is as if restoration work is taking place, sort of like 13, but you know, don't talk about that. Don't talk about the similarities. But it's like restoration work is taking place, and during their restoration, they found an ancient bookcase which hid the Earl's tree, his #1 favourite tree. Obviously, it's not exactly like that, but it is as if restoration work has taken place, and now it's more dramatic and more theatrical, which of course, as someone who is very much into theatre, then I mean that's obviously exciting, but it does take away that realistic nature of the ride. Of course it's a ride, I know it's a ride, and it's not going to be realistic, but with it being all like blues and reds, then it does take away the realistic nature of the ride itself. In the octagon room, which is the room shaped like an octagon, before you get into the madhouse itself, there used to be a little sparking generator sort of effect, which was very little, and I don't know how many people actually noticed it, but it has now been replaced, and it is massive. The effect is ridiculously big, but making sure those people see that spark is all that really matters, and it does look very cool. So I'll allow it as long as it works in the ride itself. All of the videos of the attraction and the soundtrack itself has been retained from the original ride. There haven't been any changes to it, other than the fact they've all been made into higher quality, which of course, considering it was made 24 years ago, those videos and the soundtrack, it makes sense why it has been a higher quality version created, which is always good to see. And finally, the madhouse itself was of course a big issue. However, now we know that they have gone to Vekoma to talk about what's going on, and they have customly manufactured new slew bearings for the rotating drum, which of course the rotating drum is the actual madhouse itself. And that is all of the changes that have come to HEX. I just want to get on this ride now. I haven't been on HEX in forever, since June 2021, the last ride I had on HEX. All the doors were open and everyone had to socially distance wearing their masks. It was a totally different time, and that was the last time I rode Hex. The last time I rode a Madhouse was at Drayton Manor in the Haunting. I will be riding a Madhouse very soon at Efteling, but you know, I just want to get back on Hex. It's been so long seeing those doors closed, and I just cannot wait. So, will you be going to ride Hex when it opens this autumn? I would love to know. Please do tell me in the comments below. And what do you think of the changes that they have created to Hex? Please do tell me again in the comments below, and I will hopefully see you all later. Goodbye!